All right, people. So welcome back to another episode of the Den where hustle meets opportunity. Today we're gonna be breaking into my story, a little bit of my past. I'm gonna be giving y'all some of me, introducing y'all to me, and we're gonna be talking about mass incarceration, the law of attraction, and how you can use that to beat recidivism. And before y'all even ask, yes, this is definitely another self-help joint, and yes, it is needed. The prison systems are definitely full, and you people that keep going in and out of them joints and turn the doors into revolving joints. So we need to address this. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and take a quick intermission, and I'll be right back with y'all. All right, people. So we back, and we're gonna kick this thing off with my story. Like I just told y'all, I want to give y'all a little bit of my backstory and why I feel like I'm qualified to talk about mass incarceration, beating recidivism, the law of attraction, and the whole nine. Back in 2006, man, I was sentenced to 188 months in the federal penitentiary for conspiracy to manufacture a level one controlled substance. And before y'all even ask, man, it's like counting y'all fingers and toes and stuff. 188 months is 15 years, 8 months. Of that, I did 12 years of some change due to the drug program. They gave me a year off of that. Why that did a whole 13 years of change. But I ended up doing 12 years and some change of that. And man, alhamdulillah, it's been 7 years since I've been incarcerated. I have literally never in all of my criminal behavior went this long without being sent back to prison. So I feel like I'm qualified to talk about beating recidivism based off that. But here's the thing, I'd be lying, bro, if I told y'all I didn't think about prison every day. In fact, man, like I showed y'all in some of my YouTube shorts, there's a prison right across the street from where I work, from where we have our shop. So every day I have to look at this place that I spent uh, about 20 years of the 41 years I've been on Earth. Yeah, y'all heard it right. I spent damn near half my life inside of places like that, from one institution to another. And I'm gonna just be 100 with y'all. You can't do that kind of time in prison and it not become a part of you somehow, or you become a part of it somehow. They call that becoming institutionalized. And I'm not even going to hold you. It is definitely a real thing. I've met guys in prison that literally got in trouble close to their release dates, so they didn't have to get released. They just didn't feel comfortable going to the streets, man. They didn't even want to try to go out there. And then you have other cats that go, they get released and they can't take it out there, so they do something to get sent back. I done met these cats, and institutionalization have its levels. It have different levels of severity. It all depends on how long you've been in there, and it all depends and what you did while you were in prison. Uh, in all honesty, man, you spend so much time in places like that. You spend so much time losing or so much time doing losing stuff that you just feel like, man, this is what it is for you. This is what it's meant for you, man. Like you just lose that fear of going to jail. Like I don't know what the case was with me. I just feel like, man, I've been committing crimes or I've been doing so much bull stuff for so long, it just became a part of my identity. Like I was the real, true, uh, meaning definition of a career criminal. That's all I knew. Like since the age of as far back as I can remember, my criminal activity started off breaking into cars and just, doing petty little criminal stuff like that, breaking into cars, taking a change out the ashtrays, nonsense. I was just no exaggeration, 7, 8 years old doing this nonsense. And that just escalated over time. And I remember the first time me getting locked up, I was like, I don't know, 9, man. That police called me. I was doing stuff. We was living in Wisconsin at the time, and I was like 9 years old. And I was, on my criminal activity. No, I wasn't 9. Excuse me. I was like 7 years old. Yeah, I was 7. I was doing my breaking in and out of cars, taking the change out of the ashtrays or whatever else I could find of people's that I can, get some money off of. That's all. That was all my attention was. One of them incidents. One day I was doing that. I was at a hospital in Racine, and I was, on my normal stealing spree, and one of the security guards ended up catching me. That was my first time going to. I didn't go to jail, but I went to like their county, and I had to sit there until my mom came and got me. That was my first time in handcuffs. I remember it like it was yesterday. I'll never forget that. I've been in and out of jail since then. You know what I mean? So for me to be out 7 years right now, I can say, man, alhamdulillah, man. Listen, I have never went this long. I don't know anybody, in all honesty, that went to jail and stayed out. I don't know anybody that actually went to jail, stayed out, and got out on some positive stuff. That's a lie. I don't know anybody in my family. Nobody in my family did that. I know a few people outside of my family. I didn't seen a few YouTubes, and I didn't, met a few guys that, talk at events and stuff like that. But I never personally met anybody that beat recidivism. I haven't. Nobody in my circle, nobody in my family, my uncles, all of these dudes are career criminals. A lot of them old. I mean, they all old and they ain't doing that no more. But they all, yeah, still felons, still, yeah. So for me to be doing this, for me to be sitting here, I feel like the reason I'm sitting here, and that's what we're finna get into in a minute, made the difference. I feel like everything I'm finna tell you guys, everything that I went through on that federal beef, everything that I'm finna impart to y'all, it helped shape who I am right now. That's if, how I'm beating recidivism, it's a crazy story. But we finna hop off into this crazy story because I want this to help y'all. Because I truly believe, man, everything that I learned on this last beef, it's it's what y'all need to hear, man. It's what y'all need to hear to get y'all out of that cycle. Get out of them revolving doors, man, and stay out. 87% of the people that's in prison right now will go back. That means 13%, only 13%, 13% of people will stay free. Those are not good odds. And it's because of that I made this video, and I hope that you guys can take something from this, man. So with that, I'm gonna hop off into my beef. All right, so like I said, I did 12 years straight. There's some change in the feds. Uh, just like with all of my other bids, my state bids, man, I came in there doing some straight goofy shit, bro. I came in there, man, thinking the same man frame I had when I went to the stage joint, man. I ain't going for shit, bro. I'm gonna do me, and it's just what it's hitting for. Yeah, that wasn't the case. First of all, man, the feds and the stage joint are extremely different, almost polar opposites, man. So I'm gonna say, man, in the feds, unlike the state, in the state you got mostly black dudes, Mexicans, like that's what make up the stage joint, man. That's what made up our stage joint. You know what I mean? And here, it was like literally the total opposite. White dudes made up a state. They had the majority, and believe you me, 90% of these cats was racist, extremely racist. And then the ones that wasn't racist, they was forced to be racist because they didn't want, man, the feds was all politics. That was another thing that was different about the state too. That was another difference between the state and the feds too. The feds, all politics, man. Like you're forced to be a part of a group whether you like it or not. In order for you to survive this joint, I'm just keeping it 1,000 out, man. Like I ain't finna hold shit for you, man. A person come in and talk all the shit they want to talk, but what nobody trying to walk that yard by themselves, man. Not without a car. Everybody in there is grouped up. And when I got here, the first thing I noticed was the segregation. Like I mean, extremely segregated, bro. Like people just didn't rock out with each other, man. Like even inside of like even if you're the same race, there was so much division inside of that too, inside of just races. That went for all races. Like man, you white boys, they had The Ku Klux Klan, they had the dirty white boys, they had Boston guys, black people, they had Bloods, Crips, and GDs, dudes from North Carolina, West. Man, every Mexicans had Sudanos and Norteños. Everybody was grouped up. Peace was always threatened in this place, man. Like there was multiple race riots, multiple gang riots. Man, I done seen it all. And that was another like difference from the stage joint. And I only say that to say this. When I went in this place, I had this chip on my shoulder, this tough guy attitude. Like I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on whatever motherfucker on. Like this was my mind frame. I'm just this guy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Walking into the feds like that, somebody is gonna test you. It's gonna happen every freaking time. Yes, I'm no exception. Ain't nobody feeling, man. Listen, you ain't the only one in here feeling some kind of way about being in prison. You ain't the only one in here going through something. You ain't the only one in here missing your people. You ain't the only one in here that was on the streets doing stuff. You're not the tough guy here in this place. You're not and walking around like you the toughest. Somebody is gonna definitely, look into that. I have to be honest with y'all. Walking into a place like this, man, my first week in the feds, I I learned quick it wasn't a state. You know what I mean? Like these dudes, man, these dudes, it's open violence. Like in the state, yeah, it's violence, but because you knew everybody, it was kind of different. Like you know what I mean? Like in the state, it was different. Like man, we on. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody knew what to expect of dudes, man. Like dudes, I knew all these cats. I've been beefing with these dudes for years. I've been knowing them. In the state, in the feds, it's the total opposite. They got dudes from literally everywhere, all around the world, man. They got dudes, and I listen. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't expect the diversity of criminals in the feds that I read into. I didn't expect. Man, I thought the feds were only for dudes that was in the mob or jury heist type cats. You know, some upper echelon like type dudes, man. I didn't, bro. They got everybody in there from Pookie to Bernie Madoff, man. They locking everybody up, bro. And I'm smart. They giving out baseball numbers as sentences, man. They're not playing. Everybody is in this joint. So you going in there tough, and you going in there thinking you the badass man. Then you gonna get that tested, brother. Like they have no hangups about getting into some violent stuff, man. Like there is, man. Listen, I started off in Big Sandy, USP. I was, man, 21 years old walking into this joint. So you already know I'm headstrong. I got bad attitude and all that, man. That was tested quick. Don't give a fuck, man. Listen, dudes don't care about none of that. Everything you own, you gonna definitely find somebody in there that's on that and more. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Because of my attitude, because of the dumb stuff I was on, I almost lost my life. Yeah, man. If it wasn't for my cellie, we call our cellmates, roommates, our cellies. It wasn't for my cellie who sort of took me under his wing on some father son type shit. Cause he had a son my age, and the reckless, goofy shit I was on, man. Like the nonsense I was on. He was trying to save my life, man, and he sat down and he gave me an extremely heart to heart. And he let me know, like, listen, you're gonna die in this month. Sooner than later, though. Like, not on no like long term, like, nah, they gonna, man, listen, bro, you ain't got too much to be walking around here with your chest poked out, feeling like motherfucker talking to people certain way. Man, motherfucker somebody gonna stab you up in here, man. You gonna die in here sooner rather than later. And I'm giving y'all the PG-13 version of what he actually said. You understand? Like, man, he told me that sitting there and I said, like, man, I'm gonna kill you, boy. Like, I'm mad. Ain't nobody in here playing. Like, you ain't mad. Listen, all that shit, man, poking your chest, man, somebody gonna deflate that joint, man. Listen to what I'm telling you. I ain't gonna lie, man. I took heed to that. Like, yo, listen, look, I'm on go. And there's always somebody else in here on go. And then understand this. I came in here with 188 months. In USP Big Sandy, 60% of the inmates in there is never going home, man. Life, never going home. Astronomical numbers. So you coming in there on that tough gas, they already effed up in the like, bro, they would come on, man, you would never leave this month. And it's because of that conversation that I had with him that I feel like I'm still here today, man. The stuff he told me, I took heed to. I look, man, real shit. I ain't never been stupid. I always had enough sense to know that, yo, listen, you walk down that dark alley, man, make sure you on that. You know what I'm saying? Like I always had the insight to say, no, I'm not doing goofy. Like, man, so when he told me that, I took heed to it. That's not to say that I wasn't on dump the rest of my bid. For about 8 years of that bid, I was on dump, cold dumps. I'm talking about. I can't. I ain't gonna tell y'all what I was on when I was in prison, man. Cause I try to catch another case, but I did. I had to take care of some stuff to get some money, man. And a lot of those things that I had to do in prison aren't legal. Like, I mean, they weren't legal there. They're not legal with the streets, but I had to take care of what I had to take care of. I felt like that was what I had to do because I didn't have the support, uh, financial and or mental from the streets. So, I did what I had to do to survive where I was at. Man status. You know what I mean? So, like I said, for about 8 years I was on that. For about 8 years I was on like just cold nonsense, man. And so one thing or another stayed into some bullshit, man. Until one day walking the yard, bro. I swear, I'm man. When you do that much time in prison, cause like you start to talk to yourself, man. Like you can't do that much time and not start to second guess like your life and start to like, bro. At that time, man, I'm knocking on 30, so I'm walking the yard, man. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life in prison. But I also didn't know how to get out of it either, bro. I didn't know where to start. Like, man, truth be told, man, I was a gang member, bro. Like, I didn't, education wasn't high on my totem pole. Like, I didn't have good friends. I didn't know where to start. You know what I mean? So, just walking the yard, working out, man, this ex-racist biker. Yeah, you heard me, man. That's what I said. This is where my journey began. I was walking the yard and he was already they was on the yard, him and a couple guys that he had with him. They was inviting people to a class that he was finna teach. He walking the yard with his little papers inviting people to his class. When he tried to engage with me, I'm like, man, I wasn't trying to hear that shit, bro. Like I just told y'all, man, prison was extremely segregated, extremely racist. Plus, man, I can see from afar. I can see by the tattoos he had. I'm not, man. Beat it. I ain't giving the time of day. A couple more times, man, on the yard, man. He tried like 2 or 3 more times, man, to engage, man, tried to invite us. On like that third time, I said, F it, man. Fuck it. I'll come to your class, bro. Like, I ain't got nothing else better to do. The show I was watching every Tuesday night, I think it was like Rosewood or something. I used to watch it at night, man. Wasn't on no more, man. The season was over, so my night was clear. So that following week, he had his first class on that Tuesday. I ended up going up that joint, and the first thing this cat said was, I'm gonna teach y'all how to break out of prison. Now, listen, for y'all who have never been incarcerated, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. There is nothing we fantasize more about than getting out of prison and vagina. Like y'all just being honest, man. Like, no, that's what them the two things a male prisoner is fantasizing about almost on the daily, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Listen, food and vagina is the two things he can't wait to get to when he's free. Not gonna lie. But anyway, he said he was gonna help us break out of prison. I'm both excited and scared. Like, brother, you don't just talk like that. Like, you don't just talk like that. You know what I mean, in prison, man. That'll get you booked, sent to the shoe, and a whole lot of troubles you don't want. But nah, he went on to talk about how the power of your mind, changing the power of your mind, challenging your beliefs, challenging your core beliefs, changing those things. I mean, changing your core beliefs, challenging them, and then changing them if you don't like what you found. Uh, Changes the way you think, which changes your behavior. He and I'm listening to him, and I'm intrigued. And he went on to explain the law of attraction and how uh, this this power that we have, man, is the way for us to escape prison. Not only escape it in the mental right now, but escape it in the physical in the future from by not coming back, by not being a part of the recidivism rate. All right, he had my attention. So that Thursday, he had his second class. He had two classes every week for 12 weeks. So that second class that Thursday, I came back. And in this class, he showed us a movie called The Law. I mean, excuse me, a movie called The Secret by Rhonda Bryan, Byrne, something like that. I don't know how to say her name. But I hope I said it right. But it was written by her, and I'm looking at this movie, man, and I'm listening to Bob Proctor and all these other commentators talk about the law of attraction, talk about the power of the brain, talk about. I, I'm just listening to these stories, and a part of me don't want to believe it. A part of me don't want. A part of me bucked it. You know what I mean? A part of me was still bucking it. A part of me was like, hell no, man. There's some, this mystical. Like, come on, bro. You can't just think your way into any. You can't just think your way into anything, bro. You can't think your way into being rich or think your way into uh being free or. Come on, man. Who the like, bro? Stop it. Like, man. Part of me like, nah, ain't no way. But then a part of me was like, you thought your way into all of this bullshit. Your best thinking got you here. So why I can't think better to get out? Think different. Or not even say think better, but think different to get out. It was logical to me. You know what I mean? Especially how it was being explained to me. My best thinking got me in prison. My best thinking had me create committing the atrocities I committed. My best thinking put me into those situations. You did what I'm saying? So why I can't think different for a different result? Like it always is starting to make sense. So after the 12 weeks, man, I had a paradigm shift, man. My brain was just, it was different. Like the way I thought was different. Like I was, after that 12 weeks, the class wasn't over for me. Like I was literally searching and stalking every book I could find on the law of attraction. I was stalking every lead. I was going to holler at other inmates who may have had this book or may have had that book. And I was literally teaching myself how to read because I was running into some books I just didn't comprehend because my education wasn't at that level. So I had to learn. And as I learned and as I self-taught myself, autodidact, no, as I self-taught myself, as I got to that, things changed physically. Like the more my mental state, the more I started questioning my core beliefs, and analyzing them and changing what I didn't like about it, man, my mind changed like automatically. The way I was thinking, bro, like then this ain't no read a book that changes the way you think. And I promise you, parts of your life is going to change. You do anything that changes the way you think, that paradigm shift. You do anything that changes your outlook on something, you can't go back on that. You can't change what you just learned. So you live accordingly to what you know now. Everything I learned in that class, man, it propelled me. It opened my mind up to the fact that I didn't know shit. So everything I learned in that 12 weeks, it led me to become an investigator, man. I wanted to know what I didn't know about me. I mean, I had to analyze myself, bro. I had to realize I had to realize that I was my own problem. I was my biggest enemy. I was in my own way. I'm fucking me off. You know what I'm saying? Like, can't nobody force me to do shit. Did nobody force me to do the things that I did? You did what I'm saying? I did those things. And I did them because I did them because this is what I knew. This is what I was taught. This is what I allowed myself to believe. The moment that I started thinking different, bro, the moment that I started taking account and actually analyzing my thoughts and start taking account of my behavior, taking account and taking responsibility for my behavior, shit started to change, bro. Like I ain't, and it's not, I'm being 100. Like, man, I was one of them cats, man. Listen, bro, I was effed up, ignorant, effed up, man. But some, like I said, man, after that, I'm gonna be honest with you. It took some time for me to actually accept. I'm not gonna say it took me some time to accept all of that message. Because now I can honestly I can honestly say I accept the whole message that it's here. I accept the whole message of wavelengths. I accept that whole message wholeheartedly. But it took me some time to. So I had to fight with the demons, you know what I mean, inside of me. I had to fight with the peer pressure around me. Motherfuckers like, yo, listen, this dude changing, man. You think you believe in the law of attraction? You believe in all this weird shit? Come on, bro. What are you doing? What are you, a mystic? Like, what you got going on? I had to deal with all of it. I had to deal with, you know what I mean, the change. Especially in that environment in prison, man, trying to change and be positive and do something different. Bro, that's hard. You understand me? Like when you around dudes that are negative 28/7. Like these dudes, like you around negative individuals, man. And you trying to be positive in this situation, man, it's hard, man. Like trying to change your life and try to do something different. It was hard in that environment, man. It's harder out here. It's harder out here, but it was hard in that environment around so much negativity. And it was hard to try to find that positive place, God damn it, in such a negative and corrosive environment, man. But I found it. It took years, man. Like the last 4 years of my sentence was literally on just this, man. All I cared about was changing the way I thought. All I cared about was becoming morally inclined, uh having a basis, like even in my religion, even in Islam, I wanted to have a basis, man. I wanted to be based and grounded in a firm belief on something that I felt was positive, and I had to get that for myself because I didn't have that before. Man, I'm from Chicago, man. The ghetto, the projects, the slums. Ain't nobody teaching you about sound morals and principles. Who the fuck? Nobody doing that. The only thing people that don't know about principles is the one at their school. Like they don't know anything about being morally inclined, and that had to change for me. You know what I mean? That's why I feel like I'm equipped with the proper tools, man, to beat recidivism. Because if it's all here, then this is all I got to focus and work on. Then me, like I don't have to work on no outside forces. I don't have to work on nobody else. I don't have to keep up with the Joneses. I don't care what other people got going on. I know in order for me to stay out of prison, I gotta be sharp here, man. I gotta be sharp in between the ears. One slip up, one fall, I'm back over there, man. And they're not running. Listen, and for whoever need to hear this, let me tell you something. I have never heard no from the gatekeeper at a prison. They don't turn down inmates, man. They don't turn down bodies. I don't care how full it get in prison. They're not turning you down. I don't care. If they got to stuff you in that room three deep like sardines, they will do that. I can't promise you, man, that life is going to be just super simple and super easy, man, once you change the way you think. I can't promise you that. But I can promise you this, man. Your life would be a hell of a lot better than what it is. I don't care if you going through hard times in the streets. It is better than any time in prison. Start looking at life. Listen, start off with this. Check your principles. Check your core values. If you don't know what that is, read up on it and find out what it is that you actually believe in. What you believe in. And if you find that you don't actually honestly believe in anything, then maybe that's the problem, right? That's where we start. We find something to believe in bigger than ourselves. We challenge the way people taught us, man. We challenge the things people taught us, man. We challenge our communities. We challenge our upbringing. We challenge those things because somewhere along the line, something got effed up, some wires got crossed, and now we in and out of prison. That's not living, man. That's not life. when when I was released from prison, I was nervous as fuck, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I was nervous as hell. Um, Unlike all other times I was released from prison. Other times when I was released from prison, I was all confidence, man. I'm about to get out this thing, man. I'm about to get this money. I ain't never coming back. This and that, blah, blah, skip. All confidence, no education. This time when I got out, man, it was different. I was nervous as hell, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, for a multitude of different reasons. You know what I mean, one chief amongst them was I'm going to an all white state, man, predominantly white, rest Native American state, man. Like if it's anything like the cats that I've been meeting in prison, man, this shit finna be hard, man. Like I'm finna have no, you know, it's gonna be hard. Like I'm already going to a place where I have no family and friends. I don't know anybody, man, so I won't have any support in that way. But I'm also going to a place where, man, what if they racist? What if they don't fuck with me? Like, what if it's gonna be hard for me to find a job and I can't find nowhere to live, man? Shit get tight. I'm back at it. Like it was just so much going through my mind, man. I was scared as shit. You know what I mean? When I got to that halfway house in Mandan, man, the center, I met the girl, I met the people that, ran the center, and off the muscle I was at ease. Man, they was kind of like genuinely cool people, man. They was, decent people. All right, cool, huh? I mean, then the time passed and I needed this pass to go start looking for me a job. That I think it was like a week or something like that. Man, when I got out and started looking for a job, I literally had to turn down jobs, man. Man, alhamdulillah, I was just blessings. Thank you, God, man, just to meet these people, man. I'm like, I found a job at Buffalo Wild Wings. I got me a job. I got that job at Buffalo Wild Wings. I got a job at Dickey's Barbecue. Had those two jobs, man. Those were my first two jobs in North Dakota when I first got out of the feds. And thank you to, I can't remember her name at Dickey's, man, for hiring me. And thank you to my boy Fish over at Buffalo Wild Wings for hiring me, man, when they didn't have to. In fact, man, Fish told me he really didn't want to hire any more people from the center because a lot of them dudes, once they get out of the center, they just quit and they just leave, the restaurants high and dry. That's a real thing out here. Like people will go to and people don't want to hire people from the halfway house because that. Every now and again they find a diamond in the rough, but for the most part, a lot of them cats, once they out of the halfway house, they quit them jobs, and the managers don't want to keep going through that. So because of that, he didn't want to hire me. But he's seeing how, this is what he told me. He's seeing how passionate. He's just seeing something. He was like, you know what? Now I'm hiring this cat, and it worked out. Like I was killing it in that joint. I was about shaking the hell out that chicken. Nah, and then flipping the chicken with it. Yeah, that was what I did. I had that job, and I had a job at Dickey's with an old girl. I can't remember her name, and I hate that, man. Like she really looked out for her boy, She was cool as hell. Like if she'd literally drop us off after work, you know what I'm saying? She even picked us up a couple times. Like she was a real cool boss. Like man, we couldn't make it. There's no buses. There was no, busing systems out here. Isn't like the inner cities, man. Nah, you can't get around. Weekends, man, it's tight. After certain time, 6 o'clock, it's tight. So yeah, I had to bike it, but I had to bike it a lot of times. But like I said, after after being in North Dakota, being out for like 2 months, a lot of the apprehension that I had, the anxiety that I had, it was gone. Like I thought just meeting people, I still can't to this day uh communicate as well as I should be able to communicate with people because of prison. You know what I mean? Like I'm learning every day, reading different books on communication, trying to force myself to talk to people and force myself to be in different situations, even though I'm super uncomfortable. But that's something that in order for me to beat recidivism, I have to do. And I realized that in prison, I couldn't keep the prison mentality. You know what I mean? I had to shake that off and wash that off by any means. Or I'm going back. Like all comfortability about prison had to be washed away. You know what I mean? All fear had to be brought back. True story. Like my fear for prison had to be brought back. I don't want to go there. Like I'm straight, and because I never had it. I never feared going to jail. This I had to reacquire, man. Like I'm the hell no. Like no, I got shit to lose now. You know what I mean? Like that was the other thing. I had to gain something to lose also, because before, man, I had nothing to lose. I ain't have shit. You know what I mean? Come on, man. Like everything. Listen, in a drug life, you understand quick, man. All of this can be gone in an instant. So you don't really truly have shit. You have a moment or two of balling, and after that, you just got a shit ton of time to do in the feds. So you already understood in the game, this doesn't last. It's not sustainable. At least you should. Like at least somebody should at least taught you that. Like, yo, listen, you going to jail eventually in this game, and so put your money up for your lawyers and your commissary or whatever the case may be. But that's the game. But anyway, the people, they helped me, man. Like they've been helpful every step of the way. And none of this would have been possible if I didn't get out of my own way by, learning the things that I learned. I had to change the way I thought. Like I used to honestly believe all white people were racist. Like that was an honest to God belief of mine. Like, bro, like growing up in Chicago, like there was if you've never been in Chicago, it's extremely segregated in Chicago, man. You got the black area, you got the Italians, you got the Jews, you got the Polacks, man, that's just what you got. Then you got the gangs that separate you. But that's what it is in Chicago. It's extremely segregated. So when getting out here, man, I learned quick that I had to change the way I thought. Like, man, these people are not what I thought they were. Like, I can actually come out here and actually do something, actually live, man, and actually, grow. And that's what I've been doing. And it allowed me to do that. The last 7 years I've been now, alhamdulillah, man, it's been all about growth, all about reaching that next step, and I've learned that the only way to do that, man, the only way to reach that next step is to think different. Like getting to the next step will not happen with the same thinking that got me to this step. You know what I mean? You gotta constantly reevaluate. You gotta constantly re-educate. You gotta constantly be up on your shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Prison, like I said before, it's not going nowhere. Like, I don't see no bulldozers outside that prison across the street. There is no eviction signs on those gates. Like that's gonna be here for the long haul. They already put down roots. The only way we can beat this, the only way we can beat prison, the only way we can stop going in and out, the only way we can break their cycle so our sons and daughters don't end up in these situations. The only way we're gonna do that is by challenging the way you think, bro. It's by changing the way you think. That is it. They said that it is pure insanity to continuously do the same thing and to expect different results. Well, if you keep the exact same frame of thought, the exact same way of thinking, then your behavior will follow. You understand that, right? Like your behavior is in direct relation to the way that you think. That's just what it's in for. You know what I mean? So until you change that, man, until you change the way you think, until you question that, until you do that, you might as well get comfortable in prison, man. Stop coming out because you going back. And people are tired of getting them collect calls. People are tired of, sending their money to these places, man. People got shit going on out here. People are tired of, having burdens. Even if they don't say it, they don't want you to be their burden, man. And you don't want to be nobody else's burden. Now, everything I said in this video, man, it was to help you see that there is a different way, man. That there is a way out of that shit. You know what I mean? Like I told you, I'm from Chicago. I'm from the Robert Taylor Home Projects. By all accounts, I should be dead or locked up for the rest of my life. These are the statistics. You know what I'm saying? Those are the statistics, man. But I'm here. I'm alive. and I own my own business. I have a family now. Alhamdulillah. I'm alive. I'm healthy as far as I know. And this is my 8th year out. No county time. I didn't violate probation. None of that. Didn't even think about it. Like, it haven't even crossed my mind. I literally see the police right now. I can see the police drive past them. I don't even look in their direction no more. Don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'm not doing anything. And yeah, I know what y'all gonna say, man. You cannot be doing anything and still get jaked by the police. Yeah, that happened in certain neighborhoods and certain demographics, but not here. Here, I just live. Upstanding citizen, pay my taxes, take care of my family, run my company, help others. And this all is possible because of how I changed my thoughts. So, people, if y'all find any benefit whatsoever in this video, please hit that like and that subscribe button. I'm gonna be dropping content like this constantly because I want to see people make it, bro. We all we got. Steel sharpens steel. Y'all can come over to the store anytime, man. Y'all want to chop it up with me? We can talk. Man, I love building with people. I love trying to help people. I want to defeat prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would like to work with families against mandatory minimums, and we like to defeat this thing, man, because I believe it's possible with help. So, with that being said, I'm gonna get up out of here. Please, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you're not following, please hit that follow button. I will see y'all guys on the next one. Y'all stay cool. Y'all stay classy, baby. Y'all stay good, man. Peace.